Coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report, our men's soccer team keeps moving up in the ranks.
And we'll show you just how dangerous distracted driving can be after a Colorado woman nearly has a fatal accident.
And MSU Denver has a new way of giving new students and visitors a look around campus. All this and much more coming up on this week's edition of the Met Report.
Hi, welcome to the Met Report. I'm Maurie Mickey.
Good afternoon, I'm Josh Cozart. Auraria Campus is known for upholding freedom of speech, but when does that expression become something illegal? Lauren Perry has the story.
Freedom of speech is an American right practiced very frequently here at Auraria Campus. At one point or another, someone has seen something different, interesting, or very entertaining, and sometimes even controversial. AHEC is a popular destination of protesters, politicians, preachers, and other locals who like to share their controversial messages. It is not uncommon to see a conversation turn from debate to a yelling match with insulting words. When this happens, those words become harassment instead of an American right.
When it becomes screaming, when the proximity to people becomes so great that now people are in each other's physical space, when people are now using body language to also express their ideas and flailing arms or doing things like that that are scaring people, that starts to be where we need to get involved and control those things a little bit. But in terms of the subject matter, we don't really have a say in what people want to share and express their ideas.
While some may be offended, legally there is nothing the police can do unless that public freedom turns into a public safety issue.
If we can be there to keep the peace, that's our goal. So if we can facilitate people backing up, calming down, separating a little bit, that's what we would prefer to do. If things are at a point of violence is imminent or has already happened, then we would have to investigate that and take the appropriate action like we do at every call that we arrive at.
For the Met Report, I'm Lauren Perry.
The brand new Aerospace and Engineering Sciences building took a step forward on Monday as the State Capital Development Committee approved a $5.2 million spillover appropriation fund for the building's planning, pre-construction, and utility work. With the confirmation of this funding, the university will now finalize the contract and begin the engineering phase on October 1st. The $60 million building is set to open in spring 2017. The building will be located at the southwest corner of 7th Street and Auraria Parkway. Stay tuned next week as the Met Report brings you more details.
Attention all freshmen, future students, and visitors of Auraria. MSU Denver has a new campus map and virtual tour to help you find your way around the campus. Here's John Madden with a closer look.
If you have been on Auraria campus, chances are you have probably been lost at some point. Navigation problems are common on the 150-acre campus that holds 3 schools and nearly 42,000 students. But now Metro has a new digital campus map to help get you on the right path.
You can actually bring up the map on the university website on your smartphone or on your tablet and use it to find your way to your next class or to a place where you want to grab a bite to eat.
If you zoom in on the map, you can see landmarks on campus such as the sculpture by the Student Success Building, the Madre sculpture by the library, and the Tivoli beer truck by the King Center. The Tivoli beer truck is just one of the many well-recognizable landmarks here on campus that was added to the map to give it more detail. But the map isn't just a map, it has many other beneficial features.
People come to our campus for other purposes besides school. They might want to go to the Pepsi Center, they might want to check out a concert. So this will tell them where they can park.
In addition to finding parking, the map also has other elements like a virtual tour and 360-degree panoramic views.
We wanted to give Metropolitan State University of Denver a virtual tour so that students that are interested in us can see all the wonderful buildings and facilities that we have here on campus, so they can get a better idea of what their experience would be like. That helps them make a decision to come to school here.
Freshmen, you can now breathe easier. For the Met Report, John Madden.
Beginning October 8th, MSU Denver welcomes a new Vice President of University Advancement and CEO of the MSU Denver Foundation. John Burtness was appointed to these positions last week by MSU Denver President Stephen Jordan. Burtness brings with him 28 years of experience in university advancements. His new duties include overseeing the offices of both development and alumni and friends. If you're looking to grow as a student and as a person, come take part in the Tri-Institutional Hot Topics series here on campus. The series is hosted by Student Activities the first 2 weeks of every month. By attending these events, students gain insight on important topics such as justice system and drugs. They also learn how to debate with one another while still keeping an open mind. The Hot Topics events take place in different locations on campus, such as the Multicultural Lounge and the Tivoli Turn Hall. Events last for about 45 minutes, and Student Activities encourages all students to attend.
It's a tri-institutional event, and so all three schools, CU Denver, Community College of Denver, and then MSU Denver, we all plan these so that we can cover some controversial topics, if you will.
For more information or a list of upcoming events, stop by the Student Activities located in Tivoli, room 305.
The University of Colorado has received its largest donation in 138 years. The founders of the Wildlife Experience in Parker, Colorado have donated the entire 150,000 square foot facility to the University of Colorado. UCD has already been offering classes through the campus since August, and there will be more to come in October. UCD is taking the responsibility of running the facility on behalf of the owners, Dave and Gail Linger. The building has been renamed the Linger Building. The nationally recognized radio broadcast comes to MSU Denver. Met Media is hosting a national network radio show from MSU's very own KMET Radio Studios. The show is Daybreak USA from USA Radio Networks. Daybreak has been hosted by the former Education Secretary Bill Bennett, among other national politicians, throughout its 25-year history. Although this is a temporary arrangement, MSU is glad to be hosting the country's morning drive radio show. You can tune in to kmetradio.org from 4 to 8 a.m. Monday through Friday.
Memphis, I should say. We're hooked to them, so we're still, working in that sort of idea. In here, it's just getting used to new studios, getting used to being in some different rooms, and kind of going on the fly.
Students who are on a tight budget might find it difficult to eat healthy during college. I know I do. Addison Goodell has the dish in the Tivoli food court.
As hungry students make their way to the Tivoli Student Union building during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, quick and easy fast food places such as Taco Bell and McDonald's help hungry students fill up fast. But are these large Big Mac combo meals brain food that we really need?
I personally don't like that there's mainly Taco Bell and McDonald's. I don't like the fast food, but that's what I get because of the other choices. I don't like them. It's not because of money. If there was more expensive, healthy food, I would definitely pay money for it.
Although both fast food chains have a calorie counter on their menus, there are healthier alternatives at the Tivoli, but for most students, the dollar menu might be more forgiving for their wallet than the salad bar.
Well, I mean, it's cheap and it still tastes good, and in comparison to everything else, it's not really worth the price for the quality I'm getting.
It tastes better and it's cheaper than some of the other places.
Although a dollar menu double cheeseburger might satisfy your stomach and your wallet, all students might want to reconsider just how much of that freshman 15 they really want to put on. For the Met Report, I'm Addison Goodell.
So, Josh, do you visit the Tivoli food court often?
Unfortunately, I do. But actually, this past week, I tried to be really good and bring my lunch every day.
That's good.
Although the meals I brought weren't necessarily equally as healthy as they are down there.
It is a cheaper option. So
most definitely
that's what I do. When they start charging you for parking, now the food, I mean, it starts to add up pretty quickly.
And I feel like I just eat the same thing every single day.
I know, you really do. Those McDonald's fries, I tell you.
Yeah, don't tell everyone that. Anyway, Douglas, are summer temperatures going to stick around for us, or is fall quickly approaching?
Yeah, guys, you know what? We do currently have temperatures really warm for today, but we do have that fall-like weather returning the end of this week. Right now we're sitting at 81 degrees here on the Auraria campus. We have winds coming out of the northeast at 4 miles per hour. Our high today, as I said, much above normal, 87 degrees, and our low at 56. Now, taking a look at your day and time, hour by hour, 84 degrees by the 2 o'clock hour. 84 also for your drive home at 4, and if you have any evening plans for tonight, we'll be at 81 degrees. Taking a look at your pollen count, again, same story as we've had for the last couple of weeks. Pollen levels are low, and we're going to continue to see this number drop off as we go through the fall season. Now, tomorrow, we do have a high of 85 degrees with sunshine, and our low will be at 56. But we do have changes on the way, as I said, so I'll have more on that coming up in just a few minutes.
It's hot out there.
It is.
That's all I can say.
It's warm. It's getting warmer earlier. I swear, walking around college campus, it is hot.
Very, very warm, and especially with how many layers I got on walking in today.
I know. Well, coming up after the break, we'll show you what earthly object is out of this world.
And coming up in sports, women's soccer was in action over the weekend at home. We'll show you how they did.
Welcome back. One Colorado woman learns the consequences of distracted driving firsthand after a bizarre incident left a pole impaled through her body. Douglas Coulter caught up with her this week, and let's hear what happened.
With the hustle and bustle of everyday life, getting distracted is not difficult, which can be especially dangerous while driving. Christina Johns learned just how dangerous it can be. On August 27th, Johns pulled into the parking lot of her daughter's middle school to take her a saxophone.
I looked down at my phone. In a split second, I looked back up. I realized everything was kind of happening.
In the split second Johns was distracted, her car slammed into a guardrail which came through the front of her vehicle, piercing her in the upper thigh and continuing through to the back seat.
And that's when I realized that my leg was impaled.
Johns was rushed to a local area hospital where she underwent emergency surgery. Though she is in a lot of pain, it could have been a lot worse.
The doctor said if it had gone in any other angle, it would have been way worse.
According to a report from the U.S. Department of Transportation, at any given moment, 5% of drivers are guilty of using their handheld devices while on the road. We caught up with Chief Michael Phibbs to talk about the seriousness of the issue.
As we look at distracted driving, probably texting and driving will overtake drunken driving for highway deaths in the next year or two.
If you are easily distracted, Phibbs offers advice to help.
Things people can do if they're really serious about it is put blocks in place for them that limits them access to those devices. Put your cell phone device in the back seat of your car where you can't get to it, and then you'll know that after you get out of the car you can check on that.
Try not to do things in the car that will distract you from the driving, because you never know.
Johns is expected to make a full recovery. She hopes to tell her story to others and hopes that they don't make the same mistake she made. For the Met Report, I'm Douglas Coulter.
For more information about distracted driving and the dangers it presents, visit www.distraction.gov.
The Denver Police Department is cracking down on hit-and-run drivers by making local body shops their eyes and ears. It's part of a program called Denver Auto Body Alert, in which Denver PD and local repair shops partner up to find offenders' cars. Participating body shop owners will receive a thorough description of the vehicles presumed to be in hit-and-run accidents. Owners will then be asked to contact PD traffic investigators if someone brings in a car matching the description. So far, 34 body shops have signed up for the program.
Looking for a spring internship? If so, there are a few things you need to watch out for. The Department of Labor established guidelines for unpaid internships, and this has caused some companies to change their policies. The most important new rule states that no intern should ever be left alone without a supervisor. Under the guidelines, any unpaid internship should also benefit only the intern and not the company. For more information on the unpaid internships, visit Department of Labor website at www.internjustice.com.
CCMLE companies and the FCC are in negotiations to eliminate internet neutrality, an act that could ultimately change the internet as we know it. Here is Sarah Peace with the latest.
Neutrality, or the idea that all data on the web should be treated equally, is once again under the crossfire as big names in cable such as Comcast and Verizon began talks with the Federal Communications Commission.
Since the U.S. Court of Appeals struck down the FCC's open internet order in January, a new rule has since been introduced that could have an effect on you as students.
The FCC has proposed a forcing of a two-tier system for internet speed and data usage. With the new rule in place, telecom giants would be able to control and charge tech companies to send content to consumers more quickly. For example, Netflix users might need to pay a premium to stream movies and shows more reliably, at a cost some startup competitors may not be able to afford.
Well, I mean, I guess that's going to be the problem. If you end net neutrality, what you really wind up with is a system where the highest dollar purveyor that's using the net is going to have priority. And guess what? Educational institutions are not famous for the amount of money they have floating around in them. And so that's going to have a direct effect on students. And when you look at what are going to be the considerations for journalism, to me, this is kind of the more frightening follow-on effect of the Citizen United decision that essentially said, you know, money does not influence politics.
Big names and net neutrality activists such as Tumblr, Google, and Amazon have protested against the FCC's newest rule. By doing so, these websites have instructed their users to comment and share their opinions on the FCC's open comment forum. For the Met Report, Sarah Peace.
If you would like to participate by sharing your opinions for or against the elimination of net neutrality, please visit www.fcc.gov/comments.
In the 2 years that Amendment 64 has been in effect, a lot of eyes have been on Colorado. But has the legalization of marijuana become a problem for Colorado citizens? Jessica Escalante tells us more.
Colorado drivers claim that they have been stopped outside the state for little or no apparent reasons. They believe that they are being profiled because they have Colorado license plates. Chief of Police Michael Phibbs says it is just routine.
I think that what people need to remember is that marijuana use, recreational use, is not legal in the other states. Officers need to enforce the laws of their state. So all the time in law enforcement, and the Supreme Court has reviewed it, officers can do what we call pretext stops. So we'll stop somebody for a legal reason, even though what we're really interested in is not why we stop them, but for another reason.
However, searching your car for probable cause of having Colorado license plates does not stand in court.
Just having a Colorado license plate and having no other factor is probably not probable cause. Obviously, it's illegal to be carrying marijuana across state boundaries into states where it is illegal, so be aware of that.
For the Met Report, Jessica Escalante.
If you got past the White House fence, how far do you think you would make it? 40? Maybe 50 yards? An intruder last Friday made it 70 yards. He even opened the White House's front door where the Secret Service finally captured him. The intruder was only armed with a knife. However, he reportedly had more than 800 rounds of ammunition in his car. The alleged perpetrator was previously arrested this past July in Virginia with several guns and a map of the White House. The suspect, Omar J. Gonzalez, will be detained until his next hearing.
For the first time since 1995, a beer will be sold outside the club level at Folsom Fields in Boulder. University of Colorado Athletic Director Rick George announced the expansion of beer sales through the addition of 2 new beer gardens on the west side of the stadium. CU officials stated last week that they've had consistent feedback from fans that offering beer and wine in a contained environment would improve the fan experience. I'm sure it would. The Buffalo Beer Gardens will be open near the Buffalo statue at the Southwest Plaza, and the Balch Beer Gardens will be open inside Balch Fieldhouse 2 hours before kickoff. Beer and wine will be sold in both beer gardens to people 21 and older through the end of the third quarter. No alcohol will be permitted to leave the beer gardens.
Mars, it's our neighboring planet, but we know very little about its past. What kind of origins did this strange planet actually have? NASA's MAVEN mission was to find out just that. MAVEN, or the Mars Atmosphere and Vital Evolution Satellite, finally reached Martian orbit after a long 10-month journey. The satellite had scientists under pressure during the 33-minute thruster burn that slowed down the satellite's path so the Martian gravity could take over. An Indian satellite called the Mars Orbiter mission assists the MAVEN by studying methane on the planet. Both satellites are searching for answers about Mars's mysterious origin.
All you cyclists out there, you're in the right state, but I'm sure you already knew that. Colorado is one of the best places in the U.S. to relax while taking your bike on a stroll.
Colorado has made some landmarks and strides as an individual state. One thing that Colorado is more famously known for is being one of the healthiest places to live and be active in. That's why this year, 4 popular Colorado cities made Bicycling Magazine's annual list of top 50 cycling cities in the U.S., with 2 of them being ranked in the top 10.
It's a super easy way to get around from Aurora all the way to downtown Denver and through Cherry Creek. Very convenient. There's a lot of crossroads that have bike lanes, which is really nice and you don't see in a lot of other cities.
On the list of 50 places to cycle in, Boulder came in the highest for being number 6, followed by Fort Collins at number 9, Denver came in at number 12, and Colorado Springs was ranked 45th.
I bike to work. I usually have my dog in my bag, but I also am a cyclist, so on Saturdays and Sundays, I ride on the bike paths around that are really nice. So it's easier to do than in most cities. I travel a lot for work, so I do know what's accessible and what's easy. Bicycles are super easy commuting as well.
This list is not only based on the census that was taken, but also on the money spent on bikes, the number of bike lanes in one city, and the number of residents who say that they bike around Colorado. For the Met Report, I'm Addison Goodell.
Over the summer, temperatures weren't just hot here in Denver, they were also warmer than usual at the North Pole. As a result, the Arctic sea ice is melting. On September 23rd, the Arctic ice shrank to the 6th lowest level on record, according to NASA. Some believe this is due to the increase in temperatures around the world. As the ocean warms, the Arctic loses approximately 13% of its sea ice every 10 years. The amazing ice formations could be gone before we know it, but nature is unpredictable.
Well, school is in full swing, and that brings homework, papers, and lots of reading. Let's admit it, we all need a quick break to relax, and the fall season is here just in time to help us with that. The first day of fall was last Tuesday, the 23rd. Autumn nights are earlier, temperatures are cooler, and everything is much more colorful. This is the perfect excuse to go out and explore the great outdoors. There are many places to see Colorado's fall colors, and they vary from Trail Ridge Road, Front Range foliage, Buffalo Pass to the San Juan Skyway. If the drive-by isn't enough to enjoy the view, horseback riding and hot air ballooning are other fun options. For the complete list of what Colorado has to offer, go to www.colorado.com.
You know what, living in Colorado, we really take advantage of how beautiful this state actually is. We actually have all 4 seasons, and fall is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too, and they don't call it Colorful Colorado for no reason.
That's exactly right, yes.
Have you gotten a chance to actually see what it looks like up in the mountains?
You know what, not yet, but I will definitely make a trip this weekend.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yes, and now that the leaves are changing, are things going to start to cool down, Douglas?
Yeah, guys, you know what? We do have a cool down coming at the end of the week, so be prepared for that. But taking a look at this weekend, we have mild temperatures, 85 in Denver, 85 at DIA, 78 down in the Springs. If you guys are headed to the high country to take a look at some of that fall foliage, you might run into a shower in Gunnison and with a high of 74. Grand Junction will be at 81 degrees. And mostly sunny skies in Boulder with a high of 84. Taking a look at Sunday, that's when we have some changes coming through. Denver will be at a high of 81 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and a chance for a shower in the afternoon. DIA will be at 79 and with mostly cloudy skies. Again, in the high country, Gunnison, 74 degrees. Down south, Durango, 77 degrees. Taking a look at your national map, we've got mostly clear conditions over here off in the east, and that's because there's a high pressure system in place. But coming back to the west, we do have this cold front that's going to be pushing through Denver, and that's what's going to be bringing us our rain on Sunday. So taking a look at that, we have that low pressure system sitting right over Denver, and we will see that chance for rain throughout the day, as well as up in Wyoming and other areas to our north. So taking a look at your 5-day forecast, Monday we got a high of 72 degrees and we will see that chance for storms. 75 on Wednesday, 71 on Wednesday, Thursday 65, Friday a warm 63 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Much cooler temperatures later on this week than what we've been seeing, so you guys ready?
I think so. Falls, I think it's finally going to be here.
Yes, and I'm just thankful that walking from here to there on campus, it's going to be much cooler and we won't have to arrive in class a sweaty mess. So I'm looking forward to that.
Just wait until we're all bundled up and freezing and wishing it was warm outside
yes,
again.
then we're going to take back all of this.
All right, well, coming up, Erica Lloyd will reveal what popular TV shows will be back on the air.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the mile high to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, things, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for entertainment is Erica Lloyd. Erica, tell us all about the upcoming TV shows for the fall.
Josh, there are so many good shows coming this season, a few of which I think you'll like. But I'll let you know the scoop a little bit later. Well, the stress of homework, tests, and projects may be weighing down Auraria's students this fall. So how about we lighten things up with a few laughs? Starting Tuesday, the Tivoli Turn Hall becomes a platform for a comedy series starring Charlene Yee. Yee is known for her stand-up comedy and her awkward yet super funny roles in Seth Rogen's rom-com Knocked Up, This Is 40, and the hit medical series House. Yee is touring the country and now she's making her way to the Mile High. So come be amused and see what Yee has in store. De-stress and stop on by the Tivoli Turn Hall September 30th to see Yee perform from 12 to 1. She's always good for a laugh. You know what show always had me laughing as a kid? That good old Lizzie McGuire show. Disney fans, we know that the Disney Channel has changed a lot over the years, but this beloved family sitcom is possibly making another appearance back on the tube. If you believe, the relaunch of the Lizzie McGuire show may be back in production after its last season aired way back in 2004. When asked if she would ever consider giving the hit series another shot, now 26-year-old Hilary Duff said, why not? The busy actress, singer, and mother said she is totally open to the picture-perfect plan of a full cast reunion in the near future, and she's excited to bring back a character that she and so many other fans adored. Ah, the memories. More information on the McGuire relaunch has not been given out yet, but old Disney school fans can look forward to something great in the future. If this hasn't caught your eye, then maybe a huge white tent across the street near the Pepsi Center has. It is a temporary home for a beautiful, wild, and unique traveling show. Get ready to run wild with Cavalia's Odisseo, where horses, acrobats, and the IMAX combine in the world's first 6D show. Odisseo features over 46 performers and 62 majestic horses to create this edgy spectacular that bombards the senses. Odisseo features aerial dance, special effects, and professional equestrians in one of the most unique and thrilling shows Denver has ever seen. So don't rein in the fun. Giddy on up over to Odisseo. For tickets, visit www.cavalia.net/en/Odisseo. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely want to go see Odisseo. You know what else you should check out? Some great fall TV premieres this weekend. Here are this week's must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out. I want to see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
This September, winter gets frozen.
Frozen fans, get ready to let it go once again. The fairytale mashup series Once Upon a Time is welcoming two popular sisters into Storybrooke. That's right, Disney's Frozen is coming. Is Elsa the new villain in town? Will Emma and Captain Hook's love survive? This season has lots of questions to answer and mysteries to explore.
This isn't over.
It never is.
Once Upon a Time premieres this Sunday at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
Good news for Castle fans. Detective Kate Beckett and author Richard Castle are finally tying the knot. Or are they? Last season ended with a cliffhanger. Castle's car was found in flames, but what became of that mischievous writer? Could this mean the return of the master criminal 3XK?
I'm just kidding.
Castle!
Tune into ABC this Monday night at 10/9 Central to catch the action with this unlikely crime-fighting couple.
You catch that fish yet? Their book.
Oh, yeah, he did.
It's a happy ending.
Not exactly.
On the more serious side of things in cinema, dashing Denzel Washington is in an action-packed thriller called The Equalizer. He plays a former Black Ops assassin who pulls out of retirement to save a girl and lay down the law on some shady Russian gangsters. Justice is served red hot in this cool new movie, so be sure to check it out. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited to watch Once Upon a Time this weekend. It's my favorite show.
Yes, I've always been a Disney princess fan, as I am sure Josh and Doug have been as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yes, so we're all excited for that. And I'm also excited for the Denzel Washington movie. That looks to be really good.
Yeah, I need to forget my schedule so I can watch all these awesome shows
For
that are
sure.
coming out.
Well, and next week, our very own Melanie Townsend got an exclusive interview with two of the actors and the producer for the upcoming movie The Good Lie.
And that looks good too.
Yes, so stay tuned for that next week.
Yes, lots of exciting things happening. If you stay tuned, we'll welcome sports next.
All night long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Well, it was a busy week all across the board for Metro State Athletics, and it all started with tennis as Metro State hosted the annual Roadrunner Invitational. The tournament featured players from all around the country, And not only did Metro host, but one of their own was in the spotlight, as senior Nick Baker made it all the way to the championship match in the men's singles bracket. Unfortunately, Baker would fall in 3 hard-fought sets to Razi Saram from Seward County Community College. But regardless, it was a solid performance for Baker. Here are his thoughts on his outing.
You know, every weekend, you know, you've got to bring your best no matter what, no matter who you're playing. So, really, I felt like I've never played him before, so, you know, coming out, I felt like I kind of had more weapons initially than he did, but he's a really crafty player and figured out exactly what he needed to do to beat me, and I didn't adjust at the right time.
Now on to some volleyball. After the Roadrunners hosted the Colorado Premier Challenge, they hit the road for a 3-game trip against RMAC foes New Mexico Highlands, CSU Pueblo, and Adams State. Metro ended up winning all 3 of those games, then was back to the Auraria Event Center to battle the Colorado Mesa Mavericks, the number 20 team in the nation. The game was a seesaw battle. Metro took the first 2 sets, but the Mavericks got momentum and took the next 2 sets. In the end, the Roadrunners would prevail as they took the 5th set 15-13. Lauren Keano continues her hot play as she led all participants in kills with 19, and Brandy Torrey also had an excellent game with 55 assists. Metro is now 4-0 in the RMAC. The team will be back at home tonight as they face the Fort Lewis Skyhawks starting at 7. We go from the Auraria Event Center to the Regency Athletic Complex now, where both the men and women's soccer teams hit the pitch this past week. First, the women, as they put their 4-1-1 record on the line against Colorado Mesa. Metro entered this game coming off a tie versus Western, while the Mavs come in looking to get their first win of the year. We pick it up in the first half when the Runners have a scoring chance, but Mesa, playing hard-nosed D, squashes that. But only seconds later, Brandy Farley feeds it over to Naomi Polanco, and she nets it for her 2nd goal of the year, and Metro takes the 1-0 lead. Mesa with the scoring chance to tie it, but Brianna Flores acting as a shield, and the game remains 1-0 Metro. Second half, the Runners look to put it away, and Tess Hanlock over to Carissa Price, who does just that. It's Price's 2nd goal of the year. Metro takes the W, 2-0. Well, the ladies will be back in action later tonight as they face Adams State down in Alamosa. We go over to the men's team now as they took on crosstown rival Regis. Both teams enter this game in the top 25, so you know this one's going to be good. The Roadrunners enter the game ranked number 14 in the nation, and the Rangers come in ranked 6th. Early scoring chance for Metro as Josh Belfridge looks to put his team up, but Regis stuffs them to keep it scoreless. Close call here from Metro goalie James Tanner as he stretches for this one and just tips out of the way. He breathes a sigh of relief, and we remain knotted at 0. Second half now, and that's when Daniel Rubla decides he's sick of donuts, and he knocks in for his 3rd goal of the season, and that proves to be the game winner as Metro State takes down the number 6 team in the land, 1-0. Here's Rubla on the big victory.
I mean, it felt really good, but it was definitely a team effort. The guys came out here, we defended as a unit, and we knew before coming into the game that it was going to be a tough battle with these guys, and we always battle a lot with them, and we just came through at the end, and I was happy to knock the goal in.
Well, Metro is back in action 3 days later as they took on Colorado Christian. The Roadrunners ended up shutting out the Cougars 4-0, and now the team is ranked 8th in the nation. So guys, this team's got a lot of buzz, probably one of their best starts in quite a few years. You guys think you're going to go out there, get rowdy, and support this team?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
you got it.
all of Metro sports are looking very good, so I might have to take a time out and go check them out this weekend.
Yeah, you guys better paint your faces too.
Yeah.
See that out there.
Well, that does it for our show today. Thanks for watching this week's edition of the Met Report. For Douglas Coulter, Erica Lloyd, Davy Burke, Maurie Mickey, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Josh Cozart.
And don't forget to check us out on mymetmedia.com, Facebook, and Twitter at The Met Report. See you on campus.
Have a great day.